I don't usually do skid steers. This is a restored Bobcat. The M610. Look at the job they did on that. That's neat. 2,917 hours on it. It's got your Wisconsin engine on it. VH4D. And look at all the details, like they replaced the muffler on it and stuff, and well, the rubber's nice on it. This is a real cool piece. I've never seen a restored Bobcat before. This is something that's just really neat. Here's a Coronet 500. You got some muscle car here. Nice on the inside. Looks like it's an automatic. $60,167 miles. Seats are nice. Interior is actually pretty decent. Here's a Pontiac. It's a Grand Prix of the 1970s, I'm thinking maybe early 80s. I think it's 70s. Could be late 70s, early 80s, 10 kilometers, 60,000 kilometers on it. Unless that's been around once, and that's highly possible. And here's a Corvette. 25 years from 53, should be 78. It's a 1978 Corvette L82. These are something you gotta like I gotta admit, they're not my cup of tea. I don't want a Corvette putting it on my video because somebody else. I'm sure I got some viewers and subscribers who like Corvettes. Yeah, doors are locked, so I can't see the mileage. There's a Corvette for you. Here's a 2390 case. It's got big fat 14 L16 ones on the front. Now you'd see these look like 20.838s. The duals are cracked a bit, but they're duals, they're okay. The insides are better. Looks like it's got a really nice interior in it. This tractor's got a very nice interior. See, check the hour count on it. 4,087.1 hours. The tires are alright, like they'll run a long time. Dual remotes. Drawbar, you see they looked after, it's not egged or anything. Sure, wide tractor with those duals on it. So this is well taken care of. It's nice and straight. It's got front ender weights but no 3-point hitch. So there's a case 2390 for you. Here's a John Deere 510 baler. It's missing a belt and stuff. It probably won't bring that much. Here's a 566 John Deere baler. This one will bring more. RS 561 Case IH baler. New Holland Hayliner 320 baler. John Deere 348 baler. Heston 5540 baler. Another New Holland Hayliner 320 baler. Here you got a little tiny new idea baler, just a little guy. So there you go. Here's a nice little gazebo here. These are really neat. Fun place nice to have one of these to just play cards outside in or something like that and screen it in. or have a barbecue or something like that. Here's a 6200 grain drill. This one's got the good packer wheels. This is not the rubber tire one, it's just the straight packer wheels. It has been eaten out with fertilizer, the platform. This looks like the flap. This looks like the flap inside. This is a rough drill, alright. Oh, you see they pulled that divider out. They're using it for, I don't know if they're parting it or what they're doing, but they were just running green on the one side. But this is not too bad inside, actually. This is the first time I seen a 6200 with these wheels on. They're better. That's what we got in the 620s too. And this has just got one, it just got a single hose of fertilizer, and the seed are combined to one tube on these sometimes. And this one's set up like that. Here's a row of Edsel's. Varying states of repair, and there's 5 Edsels here. Yeah, 6. This one's an Edsel too. They're just all varying states of repair. So if you're looking for an Edsel, these are very rare as they weren't overly successful. They're kind of considered a flop. If you're looking for an Edsel, could be 1 or 2 for you. Here's a John Deere plow, 4 bottom. It was a rope trip and somebody put a cylinder on it. Here's a Case sickle mower. Looks like about a 7-foot one. It's actually pretty nice one actually. 3-point hitch, it's semi-mount, I guess. Here's a 4450 John Deere. It looks like a nice and straight one. Looks really good actually. It's got what is that, 1016 fronts, and I think 20.8 38 rears. The radials and the cab, the interior looks good in this cab. Let's see what we got for hours. 8,845 hours. Nice new tire on this side, and it's a Firestone too. It's got the 3-point hitch and triple remotes. 20.8 38 on both sides. Firestone radials. Firestone fronts too, so he went all out with Firestones. Here's an L190 International truck. It's got a big 6-cylinder, probably a red diamond, I'd imagine. Got a 5th wheel, air brakes. This is a single axle highway tractor. Interior, it actually had a sleeper in it. This truck had a sleeper in it. Needs floorboards. Just has a 2-speed axle. It doesn't have, I thought it would have like 5 and 4, but it doesn't. So if you want to get back in the 50s, trucking style in the 50s, here, this could be for you. Be great to restore and take tractors to shows and stuff. In the early 50s, be like 49, 50, 51, somewhere in there, 52 maybe. So there you go. Here's a sickle mower. It looks like New Holland to me. Yeah, it is. So I think it's about a 7-footer, maybe 6. Here's a shit spreader of some description. Wood's still actually pretty decent on it. I think that'd actually work again. I don't know what brand it is though. This is actually in pretty good shape. The wooden stuff is in really good shape. Here's a chisel plow. I think it's an IH number 50. It's the earlier version of the 55. Could be the 55. Here's another one. I don't know what. This one's a Massey Harris, so it's an old one. Yeah, I don't usually do trailers here, but I know a lot of these are not legal in a lot of places, and some people you may not have seen them. It's a real heavy trailer. Here's a 16-wheeler. They have wheels on the inside as well as the outside. So that these are used quite a bit here, 16-wheelers. The real heavy trailer too. And it's about 11 feet wide, this one too, I think. Little wet red wagon. Here's a John Deere 336 square baler. Looks pretty decent actually. Here's an IH number 10 grain drill. This has the grass seeder attachment on it. And the fertilizer attachment on it. Still got some oats in it, but it was kept up pretty decent. Let's check the fertilizer attachment. There you go. Here's a nice heavy easy on disc. Why do they spell easy like that? Isn't that odd? Americans would say, why don't you use the letters? But you see we're Canadian. That would make it an EZ on. So there you go. There's a nice disc. Very nice heavy disc, and it's gonna bring some pretty substantial money. These are very well built. Like, look at the size of the shafts. These are very well built discs. So there you go. Here's a Kenworth. I think this is a W900 Kenworth. Looks like 1970s. 12R24.5s on the front. Look really good too. It's got a deck on it and a 5th wheel. Looks like a pretty nice truck. Punch bug yellow. Can't really see what it's got for power. Oh, the hood's unlatched, so I maybe should grab it, a hold of it, and take a look. Yeah, it's open. See what she's got for power. Cummins 350 Cummins. Okay. See what's inside. See what, I don't know what year this is. It's actually nice. It's a really nice old truck. Well, this is in kilometers, 442,250 kilometers, or 257, pardon me. So yeah, this is quite the, I don't know what the heck this is. Never seen anything quite like it. I'm sure it's a 13 speed, but it's got quite the gear shift handle and control for the splitter. I'd say it'd be like 78, 79, somewhere in there. So there you go, a Kenworth W900 for you. Here's a pair of John Deere 450 track loaders. Yeah, 450, see, they're both the same. This one's the running one, and I assume this one's the parts one. So there's a running one and the parts one for you. Here's an International Like Dad said, these could be a number 50, these earlier chisel plows. I got that, I called that 55, the Gardner one. It could be a 50. Looks like a 55, it might be a 50. So there you go, there's a IH number 50 deep tillage cultivator. Here's a John Deere Model R shit spreader. Needs a little attention with wood, but it's a nice one. Oh, this beater's broke a bit, but tires look actually okay. They'll run. So here's a John Deere Model R manure spreader. These Dodge truck, and it's a real beauty. It comes complete with a bee's nest. So there you go. Here's an 895 case IH. I think these are IH designed now, right? They're basically the updated version of the 84 series. Front wheel assist 2255, which is the updated 2250 loader. 18430 rears. The tires all look decent on it. I can't tell the hours because they don't use analog hour meters on it. Interior looks decent. The tractor is decent. It's never been repainted. It obviously is left inside all its life. Three-point hitch on it. Good rubber all the way around. So there you go. 895 case IH. Here's a little disc, a horse-drawn one. I think a little 6-7 foot disc. Little disc, another horse-drawn one. Here's an IH conditioner, hay conditioner. Here's an old buck rake. Here's a hay rake. I don't know what the manufacturer is. It's PTO, but it's an odd looking thing, but it's a hay rake. Here's a John Deere 6601 full type combine. These maybe be a shade smaller than the 914 International. So there you go. Here's number 10 grain drill with the grass seeder on it and the fertilizer attachment. This one just isn't in nearly as good a shape as the other one is. It just isn't. Here's a Massey Ferguson 860 combine. These are big machines. It's got the Victory Super 8 pickup on it. So there's a Massey combine for you. Here's a cabin or a shed. I think it's supposed to be a shed, but I think you could make it and put windows in it and make it a log cabin. There you go. It's just intended to be a storage shed, I'm pretty sure of it, but it's really neat. It's rustic and people are gonna pay for that. Here's a C130 International 1 ton. It's got the 304 I imagine in it. V8. Oh, it's got a new battery, so it probably runs. They're a good little motor, those 304s. It's got the 4-speed. Yeah, it's a 304 engine in it. At least if it had the original engine, it is. Here's a side delivery rake, a John Deere ground driven one. Looks actually really decent. It would definitely work again. Here, this looks like about a 7-foot International sickle mower. This one's pitmanless. It's got a wobble box instead of a pitman. I don't know if it's an 1100 or what it is. So there's an International sickle mower for you. Here's a Lincoln Continental, big old boat of a car. I'm guessing 1970s, maybe 1980s. Doors unlocked. Then kilometers, so the late 70s, early 80s. So there's a Lincoln for you. Want to drive around style? There you go. Here's an S1700 International truck. It's got a steel green box on. It's probably a gasser, not gonna look. $78,003 kilometers, so that's under 50,000 miles. I think it'd be a 1983 model year, so it's an 83 just like me. It's got it says engine 392, okay, so it's got a 392 in it. I thought they went to 404 by then, but maybe not. Unless somebody put a 392 in it, I don't know. It's a nice grain truck. It's got a nice box on it. It's a little bit rusty, but it's gonna still be good. There's a 1983 just like me grain truck. This is a chuck wagon. This is more authentic here. So there you go. It's tarped in. Oxbow Trade Company, Canyon City, Oregon, 97820. So there you go. Here's a train set, just a yard ornament. Horse-drawn buggy. Implement wheel picnic table. And benches. There's another couple of buggies for horses, and there's a swing set. A couple of porta potties for sale. Whiskey barrels. Antique post drill. Vise. I don't know what that is. Here's a butter churn. Here's a couple of antique trunks. Here's a cable scraper. I'm not sure of the brand. It's pretty good sized one. You'd need a D8 to pull it probably. Or maybe TD24 or something like that. So there's a cable scraper for you. John Deere pull type swather. It looks like about a 25 footer. John Deere 590. Here's a John Deere 4450. This one's the front wheel assist. Front tire is they're what, 16,926, and that front tire is so-so. It's got a 280 John Deere loader on it. Back tire looks decent, like it's not 100%, it's maybe about 65%, but it's certainly serviceable. Interior actually looks pretty decent on it. 8938, 8,938 hours. The cab isn't that bad inside on this one. The tractor's nice and straight. They certainly didn't beat it up, not like that 1370 case or even that 986. Somebody was awfully rough on that one too. 3-point hitch on it. This tire is really good. This one, well, they're both BF Goodrich. I'd say they're actually more than 65. I'm just looking at it wrong. I'd say they're probably 75% tires on it. The fronts are worn down, but they'll run. They're so, but they'll run. So there's another John Deere 4450 with a loader this time. Here's another Coronet 500. Lots of old cars this time, given all the Edsels and Corvette and Coronet 500s. Neat little fanning mill. It's newer than, it's an all steel one. Here's a plow packer. What, you can't read what it says, but oh, it's that Brilliant? I don't know. Here's a wheel type splitter, wood splitter. Just run it with a, you see how it's set up so you run it with a power takeoff. Here's a John Deere 5 bottom plow. These look like 514s. So there you go, probably about the same era as a 4010 or 4020. Probably what they pulled it was, or you could always put red power with Deere in the rear. An old Ford green truck. Detroit, it's a 671, this truck. It's got a green box. It's got either a 9 or 10 speed. Oh, it's a 10 speed, it shows right there. $223,801 kilometers. Got air brakes, which is a good thing. That's the only way to go. So there's an old Louisville for you. Here's an International 55 deep tillage cultivator. I don't know how wide this one is. It's probably about 22 feet. Single wing with mounted heroes. Be funny pulling it down the road, especially since it's offset to the left. That'd be kind of a pain, but there you go. Here's a John Deere 336 baler. Either they painted the auger and the feeder in the pickup, or this thing hasn't done much work, one of the two. So there's a John Deere 336 baler for you. Here's a John Deere 7721 pull type combine. I don't know where the rest of the drive shaft is. Sure, the drive shaft and controls for it are at the office. Pull type combines are not found everywhere, so that's why I put them on the videos whenever I can. Here's a John Deere 3100 6 bottom plow. This plow needs a little TLCs, the shears are down. Well, the front bottom has been, you'd have to change it, the mold board on this one. The rest of them, the mold boards look fine. Here's a 6-foot Athens braking disc and offset. We got the same disc at home actually. I pulled ours with a WD-9, and you need WD-9 on that. It's a pretty good pull. Here's a Chevy Monte Carlo. I'm guessing there again, let's see, this could be 80s, late 70s, early 80s, I'm guessing. It's locked, so I can't check the mileage. 10 kilometers. So it'll be the very late 70s, early 80s. About 1977, 78, they started to put everything went in kilometers here. Here's a John Deere 7700 combine. There again with a pickup header. So you want a green combine, this could be for you. Here's another shed, another rustic shed. This is just made by Beveled Edge Lumber, but it's a storage shed and it looks really neat. Here's a Massey Ferguson disc, a real heavy field disc. Need a fairly substantial tractor to pull this. It's got mounted arrows on the back too. So it's a nice outfit. You want a disc, good heavy one, this could be for you. Here's a case 1390. Tires are so-so on the front. And so-so on the back, they're checked pretty good. These need attention at some point, but they'll run a while. They'll still run a while. And it's not like they need immediate attention. Let's see. 77.55.8 hours on it. It's a nice straight tractor, there's no question. 3-point hitch on it. They got a top link with it. Dual remotes. This tire's same condition. Yeah, rubber is cracked, it's so-so at best, but it's a fairly decent tractor. So there's a 1390 case for you. A wagon, somebody was using it to plant flowers in by the look of it. Here's a bunch of spruce trees for sale. There's another wagon. This is almost like a baggage wagon too, but it's a little bigger maybe. I think that could be a baggage wagon originally. This looks like an International disc, I think. I could be wrong. Well, what size it is. Why that's painted black, but I'm pretty sure it's IH anyways. A 370, yeah, it's a 370. Here's an International Vibra-Shank cultivator, number 45. 45C1111, so the serial number of this is 1111. It's got, looks like John Deere arrows on the back, almost by color. Who knows if they are, but it is, and they've got fairly short teeth. It needs some shovels and stuff on it. Some are good and some are not so good. Here's a Cockshut 246 deep tillage cultivator with mounted harrows. Here's a CCIL deep tillage cultivator, I think. Here's an old GMC grain truck. $29,000 miles is what it shows. Might have been around once, I don't know. It's got a 5-speed with a 2-speed rear end under. I don't know if it's a short fourth or not. It's actually a nice old truck. It's not rusted that bad. Here's a John Deere deep tillage cultivator again. This looks like another 45, an International 45. This looks like more like about 30-footer. Something like we pull with our 4366. This one they just got spikes on. This looks like a white plow, almost a 5-bottom. Oh, it's Massey Ferguson 5-bottom plow. Real big, real heavy plow. Another Ford. This one's just a single axle. It's got juice brakes on it. 34,621.9 kilometers. This would be a 1980s truck. And it's got a 2-speed rear end in it, a 5-speed with a 2-speed rear end. There's a Ford grain truck for you. Here's a hay rake. I don't know what the manufacturer is. It's PTO, but it's an odd looking thing, but it's a hay rake. Here's another big bow of a car, a Dodge Monaco. in miles, so it'd be I think this is 1960s, maybe 70s. 58,638 miles it shows. So here's another classic car for you.